Overwatch Halloween update is live now, kind of a surprise drop that hit all of us. It includes some loot boxes, it includes some kind of single player content, and our resident Blizzard expert Eric Tay got a chance to sit down and play some of it, and he's going to be joined by Mary Kish. Eric, so you went through the new, you wouldn't call it, it's a brawl.
It's a brawl. Yeah.
And it's single player. It's definitely different than any of the other.
It's not single player necessarily.
It's co-op.
It's co-op against the AI, and it's not your traditional AI in the sense that you're fighting other heroes. It's more of like I think as Joey and some of the chat people had mentioned earlier, it's like Man versus the Machines in TF2, where it's you and three other people playing online together against like a horde of robots, as well as there's a Reaper, there's a Roadhog and a Mercy and a Junkrat that you have to deal with all at the same time. You're guarding a door.
Have those Halloween costumes on.
Yes, exactly. Halloween themed. I think it's really cool. It's not like super like in depth, but it's definitely fun for the first time. And like the hard mode was really hard. Like Joey tried twice and we failed twice.
Is there anything that changes from easy to hard? Is it just
it's more and harder? And like
that makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much your standard, difficulty kind of tier thing. So,
how would you compare it to the TF2 horde mode? Because that I found actually pretty difficult in terms of if you, it didn't get that much easier if you didn't have a full stack of people playing. So if you only had like 3 or 4, you were like struggling pretty heavy against all these different bots coming at you.
Yeah, I mean, hard was definitely like leaps and bounds harder than normal, which is not always the case, but he did normal, like the regular mode the first time, and he succeeded kind of no problem. They died a little bit, but in hard, because of the lack of communication, they died relatively quickly. Like the first big wave where Reaper shows up, he pretty much died both times there, whereas there's probably like 3 tiers-ish.
And you don't get to choose your characters. It's not like you can have a party with like a Mercy and you have a set. Your only healer is going to be Anna. You have to have Soldier 76. Who are the other 2 characters?
McCree and Hanzo. So they tailor-made who you could pick on purpose, because obviously having like a Bastion would be OP because you could just stay in a lane or near the door and just hose things down. So they must have went through some type of test and said, oh, these 4 are pretty balanced for this mode, and there's enough skills and abilities for you to deal with the situation properly and whatnot. It was fun. It's the first time there's something like this in Overwatch. Lucio Ball is a dabble in kind of like a Rocket League type, fun kind of mode. But this is the first time you kind of got to like join together and like, fight like against a horde and stuff like that. I'm interested to see if they do anything more extensive down the road, because I think that's really cool to have something like a PvE type of content in this very PvP heavy game. And I think so far the events have been pretty good though. Like they've been solid. You can also argue they're kind of money grabs, but hey, you don't have to. You don't have to buy any of the skins or any of the emotes and stuff that you see, but
are you more likely to get drops? I know when they did their previous skins for the Olympics, I was just naturally getting some pretty sweet Olympic drops for skins and some victory poses. Yeah, so like every time you level, you will get a Halloween loot box, which is like going to run for about a month. I think the event ends on the 1st of November. You can also buy some of the skins if you had pre-existing like coins or gold. It's just 3 times the amount, which is kind of insane. But hey, if you had gold stored up, at least you can buy them. You also get 1 free one, I think, just for playing. So there's that. But
which Blizzard does for almost all of their games. Like if you log in for an event, you're going to get something that a little hook.
Little taste, just a little taste, But
it's just enough to make you want to drop some hot cash.
Yeah, and we dropped some hot cash on stream.
How much money did you spend?
We dropped $40, which is the equivalent of 50 boxes. Which you could.
It?
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, luckily Joey got what he wanted, which was the
Junkrat, right?
Junkrat, which is like the mad scientist version.
It's so perfect for Junkrat, by the way. Like some of these skins are perfect. I like want to get into them in a little bit. But.
The Mercy, yeah.
But like the skins are great. But you could argue that dropping $40 is equivalent to like almost buying a game, right? So
After you've already bought it.
Yeah, exactly. So
How much money did you get? Because like I find that to be the more value, or the coins, the in-game coins, because it's like that's where you get to choose what you want. Whereas in the boxes, you're always taking the gamble that you're hoping you're going to get what you want. But if you can drop like 1,000, then at least you're going to get the skin that you wanted anyway.
unfortunately, there's no surefire way of getting coins though. So like you just have to gamble on the boxes and either get dupes or gold boxes within the boxes. So it's their way of getting people to buy boxes essentially. But again, like I will say, it's not like a pay to win thing. It hasn't been. It's a pay to look good thing. So you can pay to look good if you want to. Obviously, you can still earn them. It's just a lot slower and you have to be really lucky. Like I'm sure there's some people that opened their first box and got a legendary. And then there's also some people that opened their box and got a blue and was like, oh, great, I got a blue, you know?
A duplicate.
So, or yeah, probably plenty of dupes. But yeah, I think it is what it is. I think it's just like, this isn't the first time Activision has, like Activision Blizzard, they're kind of the same, you know, in a way, done this because they do it for Destiny. Destiny will have a Halloween event, in which case you can buy stuff. So, you know, hey, to each their own.
I think it's a little bit more fun with the way that Blizzard does it because it's completely out of it's not in reality. It's not set in the game's reality. Like this is just kind of a weird, silly side thing. So it's very Halloween themed. And for me, compared to the Olympics, I think it's much more fun and exciting. Like,
definitely.
The skins are so much cooler.
If you look at like in the Olympics, you got a little bit more into their lore, like what countries, what nationalities all these characters were from, but you kind of already knew, but it was still nice to see them. It was nice to see Tracer like in her, she was a runner, that made sense for her character, and you know, she had like Great Britain on it, and so that was like a nice piece of her lore. But you look at like the Halloween box and you get to be way more creative with these characters, and you give a character like Mercy something that she's needed since the beginning. Like I would never wanted any of Mercy skins. I play a lot of Mercy. I never wanted the devil costume. I just like wasn't into it. I didn't like any of her skins. That witch costume is perfect, is the perfect fit for her attitude and her character. She's like a fun, cheeky character. She's like really positive and a bit flirty. Like it's just like that witch is just spot on for her. And it's perfect within the lore of all these characters that they would dress up for Halloween, or they would have these alternate personas. So like how fun is it to like watch this Mercy skin and like want to play as her? I would drop so much money just to have that Mercy, which
that's what they want to hear.
I know.
Yeah.
And then I do like that you don't have to drop money. They're a ridiculous number of points, but you can spend your in-game points to get these as well, which you couldn't do for the Olympics.
Yeah.
God damn.
They learned a little bit.
Sprays.
Hey, you gotta add to the RNG factor.
I don't
That's how they get you. You know,
sprays suck. But there was so many other good ones, like Soldier, such an iconic one too. Not only is it like a zombie, but it's the Michael Jackson zombie. Like he's got the same like red jacket and pants. He's got like Thriller elements to him. Like it's rad. Like you can't argue with that. Like it's really well done.
So are you going to try to drop money, or are you just really aiming for that Mercy skin, just going to work everything towards that?
I want the Mercy skin. There's a few others that I also really enjoyed. I mean, it's hard to like not give nods to a few of these because they are good. I'd be willing to, my association with skins and to money is different than Tay's. They're different for all of us. Like the Symmetra Vampire, that's like ideal. That one's really, really good. And then there was like a few that this wasn't even a skin, but I just thought this was really good. Winston has an emote where he makes a shadow puppet with his little feeties. And it is so cute. Yeah. And I just absolutely want it. I've spent hard coin on... I did an emote for Zenyatta where he is like trying to be all peaceful, and then he like makes a little like a face at you and like tries to antagonize people. I think it's rad that they made Zenyatta go against his character to be like just gonna mess with people mentally. I think that's really good that they're doing that. So to give Winston like this, he's like a scientist. He's pretty serious. To give him this anecdotal funny trait to him that he's like a little bit of a comedian, and he's got this lighthearted sense of childlike wonder, which is a part of his character lore, is so good, and I would pay for that too. So there's like 3 or 4 pieces. I even like the Zenyatta skulls. I thought that was really rad too. He's got all these little skulls around him. I think you can see it right now. I think it's called Skull Yada too.
Which not shocking. Yeah. It's pretty good.
And I think all those are really rad. I mean, they've hooked me when you start asking for real money, I mean, that's like always a tough one, and it's different for each person. You know, what is $40 value to Tay is different to you, is different to me. But I certainly will be playing more this month to increase my odds of getting that witch skin. So, damn them.
Actually, I just thought about it now that Mary kind of talked about like playing more. It's actually, if you happen to be like right on the cusp of prestiging, this is like the best time. Like the min-max mentality in my head, because so basically when you prestige, right, you start at 1 again.
Yeah.
But leveling from 1 to 10 is like super fast compared to like 40 to 50, 60 to 70. So like if you're like there, it's probably time to prestige, because you're probably gonna get like 10 boxes like easy peasy.
Did you get what you wanted? I know you got a little bit of a head start.
I didn't. I ultimately didn't get to play too much this morning. I was pretty much on the stream with Joey, and I told him, hey, you've been playing more as like frequently, like more recently. So I was like, hey, might as well do it on your account instead of mine so that you can enjoy them. Because I've gotten to do the last like two streams. I got to buy 100 boxes during Olympics. So I'm good on that, you know, but there are some that I want. I want Reaper really bad. You know, the Sleepy Hollow, kind of like the pumpkin head is like really cool. His shotgun's got the like candle wicks on them.
The Ana one, that skull mask on Ana.
Yeah, there's a few really good ones.
Yeah, that one's not bad. But the Frankenstein Roadhog's like really good. So
Roadhog has a new weapon as well. Like they've colored his weapon. So some of them, like even their items are like just they've made
just
them
really cool stuff.
So detailed. They're really nice. And
it's cool for Blizzard, I think. I think it's like not just for them monetarily, but for like their art team and stuff like that, for them to be able to like kind of stretch their creative juices during these periods. I think it's probably a lot of fun for them. So.
Yeah, so it's a lot of really exciting Halloween content coming out of Overwatch. I know I'm probably going to spend a little bit more time in the game to make sure I can also get that Mercy skin, because it's really cool. And we'll probably learn a lot more about what Blizzard has in store for Overwatch at BlizzCon later this year, later this month, which you can stay tuned to GameSpot to learn all about.